My name is Pastor Archie Tatum, and here recently I had the unique experience of having to find somebody to care for the remains of my lovely wife. I was married to Ann Tatum for 16 years. We had been together 20 years, and we had developed a Bonnie and Clyde relationship, and I don't trust anybody with my loved ones. And so when I needed somebody to take care of my loved ones, immediately the Tree of Life funeral directors came to mind. I chose the Tree of Life funeral home because they are people that I knew previous to the need of needing somebody to take care of my loved one. The service is unbelievable. I said to myself, I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be that, but they made sure they took all the exterior pressure off of me so that the experience of burying my loved ones was one that was less stressful. If you're looking for a funeral director, somebody to take care of your loved ones in a professional, in an honorable, in an exciting way, and somebody who you can trust that they have your best interests at heart, I would suggest to you the Tree of Life funeral home.
Good evening. My name is Anissa Norris, the mother of Vidarius Valentine. And these are my grandparents, my grandmother Lula Mae Newman and Bernell Norris. I chose the Tree of Life for one. Vidarius was my only child, and I needed someone that was going to be patient with me and was going to give everything that I wanted for the last week or the last day that I was able to see my son here on earth. The Tree of Life brought everything that I wanted to life, from personalizing his services to making sure that everything that I needed the week of, even months later after the service. They even offered counseling for me, and I don't know where you can get that anywhere else. And weeks later, Mr. Sims, his mother, they called me. They've come to my house to make sure that I was doing okay with everything that's going on with this journey. And it's definitely a journey to be on, because when you lose a child, it's not like losing your grandmother. It's not like losing a friend or just a loved one altogether. Losing a child is definitely a journey, one that you really don't know how to bounce back from. And for me, it's been hard, but I know that with the Tree of Life staff and Mr. Sims, I have family that really cares. Even when my own family or friends have walked away, I know that I can call on Mr. Sims and his staff. They are not just a funeral home, they are people that care, and they're going to do whatever they can to make that experience a great one.
I'm Cherie Walker, and this is my niece Yoka. I don't believe that I chose Tree of Life funeral directors to him. My great nephew was laid to rest a couple of months later. I was in need of services, so I called my niece Yoka, and I asked who the gentleman was that handled the service for my nephew. So on the night my brother passed, I called my niece and I asked her for the gentleman who handled the memorial service, and she gave me Andrew's name. She actually called Andrew, and Andrew called me right back. From the time I received a call from Andrew, he just took charge. And I will be forever indebted, not only to Andrew, but his staff here at Tree of Life Funeral Directors. When I brought my 83-year-old mother in here with my family, Andrew was just so
patient.
He was very patient, thank you. Very compassionate with my mother. Even though she couldn't remember some things, he helped us through. From that point forward, Andrew and the Tree of Life staff really, I think they went above and beyond. I am not just an advocate of customer service because I have a customer service background. I believe that Tree of Life they didn't treat me like a customer, they treated me like a sister. They treated my mother like a grandmother and my brother like a brother. It was just an awesome experience. And what really did it for me was my brother, we had the service on Saturday. Not only was it out of town, but Tree of Life was there on that Saturday to attend to my brother's services, to our needs, and because he had a military burial, they did it on a Monday. And when we arrived at Fort Sam Houston Cemetery in San Antonio, Texas, I saw this white van and it said Tree of Life. I saw it in truth.
The fact that they stayed over, they were not required to. The services was on Saturday, and they could have just ended it on Saturday. But they took the initiative and the love in their heart to continue to stay that 2 extra days, actually. And that was just, it wasn't about the money. It was just about caring for our family and making sure that we were cared for, and the burial, was what it needed to be.
Everything from the moment we called, and I can still call them today. I do believe. And for Tree of Life, I don't know. I just think it's that family. It's not about being a customer. It's about that family, somebody that you can trust. And I entrusted my brother with Tree of Life, and for me, I'm not a young buck, but I do believe that Tree of Life offers the pre-burial needs, and that's something that a lot of us don't think about, but I do believe that I will be entrusting myself and any additional family members that may depart this earth with Tree of Life funeral directors.
On September 25th, 2016, I received a very disturbing phone call about the incident that my nephew had been shot. Death is it's inevitable, but I don't think anybody is ever really ready for it. And so when we realized that we were going to have to make services for my nephew, I called my god sister, and she provided me the name of Tree of Life Services. And I called, and they had handled the services of my godmother, sister girl, as we call her. And they did a wonderful job. And I called Mr. Andrew Sims, and he immediately got on it. And I told my mom, I think this is the funeral home that we're going to use. And from the beginning, we gained a family, not friends, their family. Came in with no problem. As I stated in a previous recording, it wasn't about money. It was about our comfort and making sure that our family was satisfied. And Tree of Life went over and beyond the call of duty to help us with the services of my nephew. He was only 17, so yes, very tragic, but Tree of Life was exactly what we needed.
Well, I just want to say I thank everybody here, especially you, Andrew, and who knows what to do and how to do when you lose a grandson. You need all that you did. It was over the top perfection, and we were just so pleased. It was just like we were just there because you did so many good things, and I really appreciate everything. Very satisfied.
So after my nephew passed, about 3 months later, I lost my uncle, and I immediately knew who I was going to call. And anybody that I come in contact with that need services to bury their family members, automatically I keep Andrew's number on hand, and just the Tree of Life Services, and I recommend them. There's no other funeral services or firm that I would recommend for anybody else.
Hello, I am Prophetess T, better known to Fort Worth as Tara, the baby girl and the only girl of the Reverend Dr. T.H. and Ida Marie Davis. I chose Tree of Life, first because of the name. The name Tree of Life is what I needed. Tree of Life stood really just by itself, without the workers, without the staff, without my baby, Andrew. Tree of Life is what it stands for, Tree of Life. I can go into so many details of my experience. I was the caregiver of my mother. My mother is who she is, my mother. She's my sister girl. She was my jewel, my diamond. She was everything that I needed, anything that a woman could have asked for. That's what she is to me. And even with her being sick, the Tree of Life had already stepped in and did what they needed to do just to aid while she was ill. We haven't even gotten to the other part, but just to be there and ask me what I needed, what my family needed, the Davis family, what she needed. They were right there, and with the phone calls, daily phone calls, and the drive-bys, and just text messages. Tree of Life stood by my side beginning, and that's beginning was me moving her from Terrell to Fort Worth to live with me. There's really not enough tape for me to express and for me to even tell you what it meant to have people to come. They're not strangers, but to let aside their own personal to come and be at someone else's side. I've experienced it, yes, many years. Of course, I'm a PK, I'm a preacher's kid, so we see it every day. But when it hits home, and you have to actually wear those shoes, I can't even begin to tell you or express what I felt, what I'm still feeling. Some things are still a blur because I don't remember a lot of things. But I remember during the time of her illness, and she's the finest first lady of this city, let me put that in there. During her illness, I would call Andrew and just give him what I would think or what I would like, and he would write everything, and I can't even tell you how many notes and pads of paper that he had to write of what we wanted. When we had the bird on the fence experience, I knew time was coming very quickly, but I still didn't know exactly how quick, and I didn't expect it to be that quick. But when that time came, they came and treated my princess, my queen, still like a queen. From the departure from my house, that I don't too much remember, to the time of her staying at their facility until we were able to put things together, put things in order. And it was still hard. Only thing the Tree of Life needed from me and the family was really a date, because Tree of Life did just about really everything else. Yes, this is hard to talk about because the only parent that I had left, and to experience that was something that I can't even describe. Recommending the Tree of Life, I would put my life on it. Don't take me anywhere else, because I will get up. I belong to the Tree of Life, my babies, anybody that calls me, and I really don't get phone calls. They just go to my mother's program, and they know who to call. But if They do. Call me. I know my baby's son, his phone number by heart. It's in me. Why? Because that was a number that I'll never forget. I don't care if I end up with Alzheimer's. I don't think I'll ever forget the Tree of Life phone number, because that was a number that is actually tattooed on my heart and to my heart for life. I recommend them. Don't second guess. Don't look any further. Even in your pre-arrangements, call Andrew, call Daryl. Trust me, Tara, trust me that they will go over and beyond. The expectations that I asked for, they met that plus, a million plus. Everything that I wanted, from the detail of the red roses to the crowning of my first lady, of all of her many hats, because she was a woman of many hats, and were the many hats there, they represented very largely. So yes, Tree of Life will give you the Tree of Life when you're weak. They'll give you Tree of Life when you're down and out to your last. Tree of Life will give you life when you least expect it.